The babies just taught each other within her, and she said, why is this happening to me? So she went to inquire of the Lord. The Lord said to her, two nations are in your womb, and two peoples from within you will be separated. One people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger. Genesis 25, verse 22 to 23. Hearing the voice of God, or the voice of the Lord. We see another character hearing the voice of God. And this character is none other than Rebecca, the wife of Prince Isaac. If you look at Rebecca, she didn't have a religious history with the God of Abraham. But that God, the Lord himself, is speaking with her. And when the voice of the Lord spoke to her, said, two nations are in your womb. So one of the things, why do you need the voice of God? Because number one, it gives you clarity about what you are going through. It brings clarification. Something else here you need to notice here is, when the Lord spoke to her, number one, it brought her clarity, because she had gone to the praise of God because she was pregnant and there was just storing in her womb. Number two, the voice of God creates for you the picture of the unseen. This was like pregnancy scanning. The people of those olden days, they used to scan the baby in the womb, gender, a destiny, through the voice of God. You remember Hagar when she was pregnant in Genesis chapter number 16. In Genesis chapter number 16, the angel of the Lord told her, you are with a child, and is a boy. You will call him Ishmael. You will become a great nation. And that you are given details. Imagine, I love that. Imagine you are carrying a baby, and the Lord is giving you details, nice details. And that's what we see even with John the Baptist, even with Jesus Christ. Notice here. So key number one, why you need God to speak. And that's key number one. Why you need God to speak is, one of the reasons is clarity. Number two is painting the picture of the unseen reality. Painting the picture of the unseen reality. Number three, the same voice of God was carrying future eventuality preparedness. Future eventuality preparedness. Look, the Lord is telling her that two peoples from within you will be separated. One people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger. Three things. Number one, separation. Number two, strength. Number four is mastery, or in terms of dominion and authority. So the voice of God was carrying separation. The Lord is telling her, two nations are in your womb. You think you are carrying children, boy. But the Lord is telling her, you are not carrying children, you are carrying nations. Two nations are in you. That also is saying that scans with clarity the reality of the unseen. And then he says, two peoples from within you will be separated. That's what we have said. The voice of God is able to paint for you future eventualities or future happenings, so that you are prepared. And he's saying separated. And then he is saying one people will be stronger than the other. The voice of God carries supremacy. The voice of God carries dominion, authority. And then he says, and the older will serve the younger. Meaning, the voice of God carries promotion above your companions. He is telling him, he is telling her, the younger Jacob will be served by the older Esau. More than that, from the same voice of God, this is what enabled or precipitated the Esau selling his birthright. And so Esau did not sell his birthright because of negligence, no, or greed, no. It was already pre-planned or pre-programmed by God. Number two, it is the same voice of God that enabled Rebecca to come up with a sacrificial program that enabled Jacob to inherit his own father instead of Esau. It was that agenda, all of it was procured at this voice of God. And so what if God did not speak? Let's just say Rebecca did not hear the voice of God. And then Jacob could not have carried the energy of birthright transfer. He could just be there, kemorio. You get me? But because that voice, God is still speaking, but until you hear what he is saying, you cannot walk in that energy of what he said. So it must be heard. That voice, that what is the word of the Lord? You must hear it. And then, what if this voice was not heard by Rebecca? Rebecca would actually have supported Esau to come and receive blessings from his father, because she has no vision about the children. So she knows Esau, go. Even she could have asked Jacob to help his brother receive the blessings before the father dies. So there could have not been any form of pre-planning of the future events, but the voice of God prepared them in advance for the programs of God that are coming along the way. So what would have happened? This is very simple. This, because Jacob was poised for greatness, would have started to feel ego of supremacy in him. So what could have happened? It could have resulted to civil war. Jacob trying to become great as per the intention of God, but without a clear laid down procedure, which even could have made his own mother to fight him. Why are you fighting your elder brother? But because that was pre-planned, Rebecca is the one that was arranging everything, because she heard the voice of God. So how did Rebecca, what did she do to hear the voice of God? Because that's the question. She inquired of the Lord. The easiest way to hear the voice of God is by questioning God. Inquiring of the Lord. The easiest way to hear the voice of God is by inquiring of the Lord, because when you inquire, you are giving God an opportunity to respond. People say God is not asked questions. You go to the Lord and ask, the Lord, I'm going through this jostling in me. Why is it so? That is not asking God question. That is inquiring. You want God to bring you a clarity or his own mindset about what you're going through. So the easiest way to hear the voice of God is by inquiring of the Lord. he will react